Oh, welcome back.
Welcome and welcome and welcome.
And welcome. And welcome again. You know what? Today is opening day of the Eras tour. We're starting off with that.
Too.
What?
I was going to bring that up too.
Sorry, I stole that. And I wasn't even
good.
planning on it, but I was just thinking about it. And my thing is, okay, sorry to start this. If you guys are not Taylor Swift fans, I mean, I feel like most of you can either tolerate it or at this point or are.
Yeah.
But
I feel like everyone.
What?
I feel like everyone is pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
To some extent, yeah.
It hit last night and today, and I was like, oh my gosh, like tonight we're going to be able to see her if we want.
I know. I wonder if there's going to be any live
on-
streams. But maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I can just catch little clips.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn. Nothing's right. I'm torn. Did you see Louis Tomlinson also had his premiere last night?
Oh, I thought you were going to say another baby.
Oh.
I don't even know. I think he has.
I think he does have a baby. I think he had one actually before Liam. No?
I feel like, yeah, too.
I thought. I don't know.
Anyways, his like documentary or something.
Yeah, his documentary. And it's called All the... Bless
Sorry.
you. Bless you. Yeah, his documentary, All the Something. And it comes here. It only plays, listen, it plays Wednesday and it plays Saturday.
What day is
So we need to try to go Saturday next week because I have a
next
concert
week?
Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Right? I think
Yeah.
that would be fun. We'll see. I don't know.
I
We have
heard
a
there's
project.
clips of Harry in it.
Yeah, I think it's like partly with One Direction.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause he was in One Direction.
Thank you. Yeah, we have got to see that.
Yeah, Liam was at the premiere.
Put it in your calendar.
So sweet. Yeah, I know.
Cute.
Anyway, I'm warm right now. Are you warm right now?
I'm very comfortable right now.
Oh.
It's like perfect temp.
Why am I
Actually, I'm
warm?
like cozy. It's very gloomy out today. It's been I haven't seen rain in a minute, I feel like.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's been snowing. And I'm just so sick. You guys, the poor podcast.
She's
like,
moving to
listeners-
Florida.
Yeah, no, right. But the older I get, I do understand why there are the snowbirds or whatever they call them that go down to Florida. Like,
Agreed.
I mean, I would pick somewhere different than Florida probably.
But yeah.
But-
warm weather is
Right.
missed.
I would
I
be
know.
a snowbird
Well,
flying
it is warmer
west.
though this week.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
like
Yeah.
up
Oh, I
to
forgot.
40s.
Yeah, that's true.
What'd you forget?
I was going to put fake flowers in the frame because I was like, it's springtime now. And I have dead flowers over there. I don't know if you can see them. And if you guys are listening on Spotify, Google, Apple Music, whatever, you can watch us on YouTube if you would prefer video podcasts. I'm going to say that for the audio listeners who, if you ever just catch an episode, you know, anyway. Oh, today we were talking about, sorry, this kind of sounds directionless, but we're talking about identity crisis at some point in this episode. And more lightheartedly than maybe like it sounds, I feel like.
less intense. Our
I mean, you guys, we're
just
not,
about it. Just like
we're not professionals.
not like I don't think we're gonna be talking about like a whole like a real identity crisis, like, right?
Yeah,
It's more of like little things that tap into us that made us feel like that, or
yeah,
acute
yeah, an
cute ones.
Mine is more like spurts of like midlife crisis mixed in with, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Well,
know. We'll
not
get into
mid, though.
What?
For me.
No, I'm not mid. I'm at actually 1/100th of my life.
Oh my god, that's
I'm
crazy.
literally living forever. I
That's
don't
so
care.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
That's why they say apple a day keeps the doctors away. So I eat an apple a day. They say you
Good.
need your vitamin C, so I eat an orange a day.
We love that.
What else will make you live forever? You have to move. All of the old people that I've ever talked to that live over like an 80 and 90, it's like they always say their thing is like you can't stop moving.
Yeah. Remember the guy on our street growing up?
We had this really, oh my god, he was so cute.
I
Old,
know.
man.
I miss seeing
I wonder what
him.
his name was.
I know.
But this old couple in general, they were both old, and he was
They're very, very cute and nice.
yes, very. But our whole lives, he was out gardening in the front of his house, like
I mean, all day,
all
every
hours of
day.
the day.
He was like, he had to be like in his 90s and
He
wearing
was.
like no shirt, but
Yes.
like overalls.
he was flexing in more ways
Suspenders.
than one. Yeah,
Like
because
he was
yeah, with
vibing.
the suspenders, and he was always so nice.
He's always planting sunflowers,
Mhm.
right? It was that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just had a big garden.
He had a big garden. And he literally, that's what he always said. Him and his wife always said, like, they don't stop moving. They just do things. Yeah, but it's true. Because
it is true.
I'll live till the day. Yeah, and you know, people ask, would you really want to live forever? I do want to live forever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I am going to. Watch me dead next week.
Stop it. Don't say that.
Anyway.
Anyways, I knew what I was going to say earlier,
Okay.
and I was listening to a podcast, and they said that there's a new thing on Spotify. You can reply to podcast episodes. And I don't know if that's true, and I didn't even look, so I should probably look first, which I will right now.
Yeah,
But
fact check.
apparently you can, like, reply and...
Like, reply to, like, a comment? Like, it's like a comment
like,
on it?
leave comments of, like, what you want to see.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know where.
Moving on.
How to
Taylor Swift also
rap.
released 3 new songs. Not 3 new songs. Well, one was, what I think is so funny is one of the songs that she released today was a leak, and everyone was like, we need this. I can't believe you put me on Lover and not this, whatever that song is. And I'm just shocked that I think this is like is this not the first time ever that maybe she's just like, I'm not letting a leak get all of these streams. Like, I'm going to put it out. Oh, that's all right.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to put it out and I'm going to get the streams. Like, whoever leaked this is not getting my streams.
Right. Probably.
Because that was blowing up on TikTok.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? Oh, did you find out?
Maybe my Spotify just doesn't have it, but
Yeah, we need to update. Well, we'll update you if that does become a thing. You guys will know about
that'd
it.
be
Even
really
if you
cool.
don't already. But we tried those kin drinks. Have you guys heard of those? They're the by Bella Hadid. Oh my god, you have one right now. Kin Euphorics. I forgot. Kin Spritz. It's called. Okay, you know more about this. What did you say that it's supposed to be like? It's for like non. I mean,
it's like a
it's a
non
mocktail, right?
Yeah, like a not for people who don't drink or don't want to or whatever the occasion is. But it's like I've heard that it's supposed to give you like what alcohol gives you without feeling drunk.
Right.
Like more calm and more, you know,
Yeah.
just to, like, so when you're socializing or
Right.
whatever. But there's also a calm one, right? that
Yeah,
you
there's
got?
a common. There are a few different kinds.
Yeah.
But first of all, they are expensive, at least on Amazon, because I couldn't see them in stores near us.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive. Second of all, I'm sorry, they taste like shit. They do. And I have a very, very open palate, neutral palate, like open.
You do, but you don't with teas. And I feel like this is very...
It's just too herby.
It tastes herby.
It tastes
Whereas
like a witch's potion.
I actually like that because I don't know why. I just
I don't know. I tried it last night and I was like, I almost gagged, which nothing makes me gag. and then Jared tried and he was like, it's whatever, tastes like black tea. And I'm like, that's not black tea. I've had black tea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate tea. I just don't choose it.
All right.
It literally tasted acidic in my mouth.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
It's getting better.
Sorry, Kin.
It's getting better now, but the first one was okay. The first sip. And then the second one was like, what is this?
Right.
And now it's doable.
Okay.
Like getting used to it.
Maybe I just need to try again. It was the same with like matcha. Not the same with
I wonder
matcha,
what you
but,
could... Maybe you could mix it with like
Yeah.
a sparkling water.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, maybe that's it. Because I've tried the other drinks. Like I post them all the time on my story, like random drinks that I try, and I like them, even if they're not like, you know, like apple. They don't taste like apple juice. I don't need that. But anyway, our mom's birthday is tomorrow. Oh my god! Happy birthday, Julie.
Not tomorrow. 2 days.
Sorry, I keep thinking today's Saturday.
You're
Sunday.
wrong.
Mom. Once again, a reason that you're the favorite.
I don't know, man.
She won't let me make her cake.
Oh yeah, I didn't see her to
You
ask.
didn't ask? Great.
No,
Thanks.
sorry.
Because I was texting her yesterday.
Today
I said,
I'll
what
have
kind of
time.
cake you want? I'll go buy you a cake. And she's like, no, I'm going to make a cake. I want a cheap, crappy cake. I want it to be vanilla and chocolate. And I was like, okay, I can make that, though.
I think she's just saying that because she doesn't want to be a bother to you. I don't think it's that she doesn't like cooking. She does not like baking.
No, but I think that I would think that, too. But normally she lets me get her birthday cake. So I think she wants it. She said she made an emphasis on she wants it to be cheap and crappy. And I think she thinks
Then
I'm going to try too hard, you know, like, and make it cute and then it doesn't look or it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Because I've made cakes before. I have this one picture. Remember, it was years ago. I made this birthday cake for... Who whose birthday was it? We were at someone's house, and it was when like the drippy cake things came to like be a
I feel
thing.
like I remember this
I
cake.
think it was Papa's birthday or something.
But I can't.
Yeah.
Put, like my.
It was so ugly, and I tried so hard on it. It had like these white drips, and it was like pastels, but it looked like unicorn shit like on it, you know?
Oh, maybe I do remember that.
Yeah, we were at our cousin's house and stuff. Anyway, so I would assume maybe she has flashbacks from a cake of that kind of sort, and she's like, "You're not making my birthday cake, bitch." Like, ew.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know. What did I say? Oh, Eras Tour. I wrote Taylor birthday cake Taylor a sob. Lying lies. Like, what does this even mean? I don't know what. Sometimes I write things in my notes and I don't know what they mean.
Lying lies.
Lying lies. Oh, I have a. Oh, that's what it was. These oh my God, I found this TikTok. Okay, did you see this TikTok? And it was this girl. She said she gave up lying for Lent.
Yeah, I did see that.
And she has a list of lies she would tell if she were still lying.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the best thing that I've ever seen in my life. And go you for giving that up for Lent.
True.
Something you can't live without. It makes life harder.
Isn't Lent today?
I don't know. Is it?
Doesn't start
I don't
today.
even know when Easter is. Artifacts make me to be where needed. Okay, where did
Today's
it go?
St. Patrick's Day? Today
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Oh.
I've
could've
never
worn
celebrated
green.
St. Patrick's Day. Where the hell
neither.
is this? Oh, no. Oh, no, I have it. Here, lies I would tell if I still lied. Only the white part of your eyes need to blink. So if you squish the skin around your eyes to cover the whites, you can keep the eyes open for a really long time. And this is why dogs and cats almost
I feel like
never
that's something
blink.
Jake would say.
Right. And I'd believe him. Jake's very persistent or believable. Okay, also, did you know that the person that invented the dog filter on Snapchat went to jail for identity theft?
What? Is that a lie? Oh, that is a lie.
The funniest part is you see me reading off of a list
Because
that says
it's the way
lies.
you said it. You weren't looking at it.
That's why liars can like lying.
Jail.
Yeah. That's why liars can lie, because there's literally, I'm sitting here telling you this and you're watching me read off of this, but it's how you say it. It's not what you say.
Yeah, it's actually kind of scary.
Yep. A disproportionate amount of serial killers have actually had agoraphobia. That's not how you say that. Fear of crickets. Did you know that they are all scared of crickets? And school counselors are instructed to report that.
These are all very believable because I don't know anything about that.
Right. If you pick a very niche subject, then
you can just
no one
lie
would know
about anything.
For sure. Did you know that Timothée Chalamet, when he was actually, this is not a lie, when he was shooting Call Me By Your Name, he's allergic to peaches, so they had to use an apricot.
What?
Yes.
Is that for real?
No. But she was this close to believing it.
You're stupid.
Anyway.
Did you see that interview of him though, where he was like, a guy was asking him, like how he read that script, finding out he had to do the peach scene, and he was literally like just laughing, like giggling, like.
Wait, they have that on video of him finding out he has to do the scene?
No, someone
reenacted it.
Someone was like interviewing him, asking how it was when he. Like what he thought about it whenever he found it out,
and he said he was just laughing,
and he was just laughing in the interview about it. Like he had nothing to say more.
I see.
He was just like giggling.
He probably tries to forget that. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
He tries to forget that.
I was showing Jared I was watching something, and I was just like, that scene. That scene I think does make the movie. Oh my God, we're not going to talk about Call Me By Your Name again. We talked about this same damn thing last time. I'll shut up. I'm sorry. I'm cutting myself off. Anyway, what else? Got anything else? What are your uses and news?
This week I had to put windshield wiper fluid in my car, and I was writing this down. It's not even a big thing.
This is an out.
No, this is an in.
Oh, you were excited.
Because Jeff did it with me, and it's always so nice when you have a dad around.
Daddy issues when your stepdad is actually excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
No, when you grew up without one and then you have one that does stuff with you.
Yeah, it's always such a weird feeling, and it throws me off.
Yeah. And I could have had this my whole life.
Yeah, I could have. So that was a fun little thing. I've been really liking iced mochas, like when I get a coffee out.
Really? I don't like those because I'll drink them. But to me, it just tastes like hot or chocolate milk with like espresso in it, which I think that is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I will say it is good.
I don't know. It's been hitting.
Jamie's always liked her milky, her chocolate milky.
I actually hate milk, so.
But
I did like.
She's always liked chocolate milk. Anyway.
I put Aristotor. And then I put, I'm going to a 1D night with my friend. I'm
fuck?
so excited. I know. I knew you'd be mad.
I'm not invited. I'm not the one that's gonna invite myself. First of all,
I just invited you. I don't think you would though.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm not doing the rest of this episode. Did you see those Paul Mescal pictures with Daisy
I think so.
at the Met Gala? There's the picture of him and Phoebe getting photographed, right? And he's looking into the distance. And then there's another angle of the picture.
Paul?
Paul.
Like Curve Paul? So they're together?
No, this was at the Met Gala last year.
Oh. I was thinking Oscars.
And it was a
Never
new
mind.
like angle unlocked, I guess, of like this scenario. So then there's Daisy. Is that her name?
I don't know.
Daisy.
You would
I
know
think
more
that's
than
Daisy.
me.
What?
You would
From
know
Normal
more than me.
People? Anyway, the girl from Normal People, she is there, and she's
Silence.
friends with them all. And Paul's looking off in the distance, smiling, looking at Daisy. And it's like, all the comments were like, this is so Normal People.
Yeah, that is. Do you see that? The trend from Normal People like is going around where it's like, do you want to have a drink? What day is it? Tuesday?
No, I haven't seen that.
I can't. That's not how they said it.
Irish accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great Irish accent.
Terrible, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On St. Patrick's Day, too.
Yeah, I just did
For
that
real.
everyone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you know that 1/5 of orange cats are female? Only 1/5.
Yeah, I know.
And you, Steven, is one of the
she
rare.
told me that when I got her that she's
Oh.
never seen a girl cat.
Yeah.
A girl orange cat. But they're so
Crazy.
rare.
Can you even believe that?
I got Stevie.
Wow.
Wow.
Also, it's New Music Friday. Today is New Music Friday.
True.
Oh my God, I forgot to do the Drake thing. Hold on.
The what?
Drake's tickets come on sale.
Oh.
Oh my God, hold on. Moving on to, what is our topic? Identity crises,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's preface this. Have you ever had an identity crisis?
I think I've had many ones.
Mini ones?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I think it's just a normal thing too, entering your 20s
for sure.
and in your
yeah.
20s.
Yeah.
At any age,
Yeah.
probably.
Right.
But
See, yeah.
I think going from a teenager and like high school life too to like
right.
just a different area in your life makes you question yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So like in that way I have. And then there's
Yeah.
a few other things that I put down, but have you?
See, that's the only time I feel like I actually have had one is like from not even like a major one, but like one where you question yourself and you're just like, what do I want to do? Like, am I even like when I was in college, let's say, for my 1 year that I went to college, maybe I was just like, this is not for me. This is not what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of thing. And then I quit to start cosmetology school. And that, just like that whole year, like from like 18 to 19, that I think was like,
Yeah. Transitional.
yeah, you're figuring, I mean, which again, I think is normal in general. Even when you go to college, you're like, life is different and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only really time. But I have little spurts of like, I think like identity crisis in itself is more of just like questioning your identity.
Mm-hmm.
And crisis makes it sound like some huge big thing, like, which, don't get me wrong, identity crisis is a real thing and people actually have like actual ones of those.
Right.
So again, we are not talking about like, that's like something I think can really fuck up someone's brain and like mess with them, like mess with their mental health, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I would say is more of this is identity questioning or something,
Totally.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just comes with like, again, yeah, exploring the kind of person you want to be, or unsure of what you want to do, and just transitional moments in your life, I think, make you question that too, in general. I think I've also heard that like getting married makes people feel like that, having babies, like all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that, like, again, just big things in your life that make you question things.
I agree. And
I think can cause it.
That is in the description of it.
Oh, is it? Read the definition.
Yes, definition. Questioning your sense of self or identity often can occur when big changes happen or life stressors. Or an identity crisis can be understood as the in-between stage from one sense of self to another, and it's not always a bad thing. So, like, any transitional periods or, like, growth.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And I also this is random. I was like, like people, I feel like a lot of those kinds of like a lot of your identity is in not like looks, but like aesthetics, or like you show a lot of your identity in what you wear, how your hair looks, how you do your makeup, whatever that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, I think, you get to like express your identity a lot throughout that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so I was wondering if people like who change that kind of thing a lot of the time, like let's say Taylor Swift, who has all these different eras. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you must have to have like a really strong sense of self on your inside, like, because if that doesn't change, and that's what I think is like actually what matters in your head of like your identity, mm-hmm. of like who you actually are, your core values, your core beliefs, and like, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
And so I'm like, that must be why those people can do that so often and have it maybe not like, because if I were like wearing Reputation era outfits, like I would think I'm a badass, you know what I mean? And I'm not.
Totally.
Yeah. And so I was just thinking about that in regards to this. But anyway, do you have anything on this?
I have a few examples that I also found, mm-hmm. That other people said. So people tend to experience an identity crisis at various points in their life, including beginning a new relationship, ending a marriage or partnership, experience a traumatic event, having a child, learning about a health condition, losing a loved one, or losing or starting a job.
Oh.
So.
Job, career things, I think, yeah, that's a major one, I feel like.
Yeah. I think anything that, like, you hold on to where you're, like, constantly, like, oh, yeah, I'm this, I'm this,
yeah.
So when you lose it, it probably just,
Yeah. Yeah. You question things.
Yeah. One of mine, like, I'll say the ones that I think I've had that I can remember, mm-hmm. Like smaller ones, that is, remember that one time I cut my hair and dyed it brown and the girl messed up?
Yes.
That was one of mine because I felt so weird with that hair.
Really? See? Interesting.
For whatever reason, I think it was just short and darker than I've ever been at the time.
Yeah.
And then even at your wedding when my hair was really dark.
Yeah.
That also was just like, it just wasn't me. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Those little things made it. Yeah. And I think that can happen a lot where people, you hold on to your hair like.
Isn't that funny?
It's like a blanket for some people. So when people cut it short or anything, it feels very weird and like it's a safety thing too. I think it's just like because you identify with it.
That's the crazy thing is sometimes it literally is as simple as your like looks or hair or something, like it can bring down your confidence, and then again like not just question your identity because that's a little stretch, but
it just makes you not question, but you don't feel like yourself.
Yeah, you feel like not as confident. And whatever. Like
and that can I think that just causes other things of like, oh my god.
Right.
My other one was, okay, this is like a very niche one, but I think a lot of other people do feel it, is when you feel happy, like when you feel like your mental health is really good. Personally, that's like one of the things that I always feel weird about is feeling like I'm not tied down to my mental health, like badly.
When you feel good, it makes you feel like that?
It makes me question, like I'm like,
oh,
in a way. I don't know how to describe it. It's very interesting, yeah. And then so I was in a really long relationship throughout high school and whatever. Mm-hmm. So after ending that was a really big one because I identified with it so much.
Right.
To the point where I was like, you know, it was just like, he was always there. We were always together.
Yeah.
So when I lost that, it was like, oh my God, it's so weird.
Who am I without that person?
Yes. And I think that's a very codependent and like just after a relationship, I think a lot of people feel like that in general.
Right. I definitely. And I feel like a lot of people after that happens, they're like, I'm not like you. When you go into new relationships, you have a different perspective of like, you want to continue to be your own independent person.
Yeah.
Even if you stay with that person forever, I think it sheds such a like light on independence being important and like yourself or your like identity. That's what I mean. Like your singular identity, not being fused with anyone. Like even let's say like your siblings, like
your
your parents,
without anyone.
Your best friend, even.
You know, when you're in relationships or even like a friend group that you lose. Like for me, it was like a boyfriend, and then I lost that whole friend like circle of friends as well. So that made me feel like very. Like, you know, it just makes you feel like, who are you?
Right, where do I belong?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that can create a lot of, you know, just change. And I think that's why, like, a breakup glow up is a thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you change after you. And my biggest tip for breakup is, like, to change anything. Change your house around. Change your, you know?
Yeah.
Change something. And it makes you feel like they can't know you anymore. They can't.
Yeah, they don't know this part of you anymore. And
you're different.
Yeah, you've evolved already to act.
Exactly.
You're rearranging your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too. See, because for me, I think that's a big thing too, like of having to have figured out who I am without certain people in life or whatever. But I also think like me, like, again, I'm thankful to not have had like some big revolutionary like identity like questioning, but I have like when I think about it long enough, and I think that's what this all comes down to really is like thinking about things a little too much sometimes, but
too self-aware.
Right, too self-aware, too in your thoughts, too instead of just like living life, you know, in comparison and stuff. But when I like if I think back to the person that I was in like high school and when I was younger, and comparing myself to that person, which in my opinion I have not changed that much, but there are certain parts of that person who I miss. Like I was so hyper, and like just as you get older, life, you know, like you just get more tired from life in general, like your energy levels.
You have more things to worry about.
I mean, you're a kid, you're a hyper kid.
Things,
like that's how
things
I was.
I think just get serious.
Right.
Too.
That too. Yeah.
And it's like it's just so easy to get caught in it.
Right.
Like, like sometimes I'll be driving. I'm like it's not the serious.
No.
To be like worrying about anything really.
Agree. Yeah. 100%. No, genuinely anything. That's where I'm at.
Like even money. It's just like it's just like I'm here.
Yeah.
Why am I worrying about this?
Yeah, and that is easier said than done, but I think that's what protects personally my mental health, my like whole adult life is like not putting too much thought into anything.
Right. Whenever I think of myself hyper ever is when I used to do like cartwheels and on you know,
hey, look at my show. Right.
This is me and this is my cartwheel.
Well, adolescence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, no caffeine can get me there, but
another one though, it was after my breast reduction. That's a good one.
Wait, you question yourself or what?
No, or like identity crisis. A smaller one.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like,
because you transform physically, literally.
Yeah,
you look like a different person in the mirror.
Exactly. I didn't even recognize myself.
Yeah.
So it was like very, like more of an emotional thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, oh my God, it's like, it just was life changing. So
yeah,
for sure.
It's hard to say because it's like I did look up because I want to, if you have gone through a bigger identity crisis in life or whether you've gone through many ones or not at all, hopefully this could be like interesting to you at all, but or also helpful. So I wanted to look up things that maybe could help someone who was going through one. And I found the most trusty of all articles.
Is that sarcastic?
I mean, kind of.
Is
but
it
was
Poosh?
No, it's not Poosh. Actually, this time it's WikiHow.
Honestly, sometimes
but
they're
you know
helpful.
what? I was reading this. Normally, I don't even click on the WikiHows, but I was like, these are valid points.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like part of it. There's like one of 4 parts, and it's like learning who you are. So exploring your identity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's common during adolescence. So many teenagers try different personas and experiment with different value sets from the ones that they were raised with. And I think that's a big thing too. Like when people like leave religions or something, like their whole life flips upside down.
And values.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Yeah.
Right. And think so essentially, like if you've ever explored your identity, or if you've never explored it, I mean, doing so now will be an important step in resolving your identity crisis. And so it says, think about qualities and characteristics that define who you are today. Examine your values. What's most important to you? What principles define how you live? How were they formed, and who influenced you in adopting those values? Determine what grounds you too. Grounding is, I think, a big thing in all things of this kind of like realm, you know? But
yeah. I feel like it's a thing where it's like very easy to get in your head about and be like, oh my God, who am I? What do I have to do?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so.
Yeah. And as much as I think it should be inward, like you have to like kind of keep that conversation with yourself a lot and like not put other people's like opinions and stuff in your brain. But I do think it can be helpful and important to have someone who knows you inwardly, you know, and outwardly, to remind you if you are feeling that way. Like, dude, you know who you are. You're a good person. You like, you know, like those kind of talks when it's like you gotta just like kind of like bring someone back to earth. Yeah. You know, in a way. However, to whatever extent. But so anyway, determine what grounds you. Think about the relationships that mean the most to you and how those relationships have affected you. And if the relationships don't ground you, think about why too. That's important too, because to have like an inner circle that you can trust. Ask yourself honestly whether you would still be the same person without the relationship that you have had throughout your life.
Exactly.
Yes. And then examine your interests. I think this is a crucial one too, because through your interests, I mean, that's what I think brings a lot of people joy, whether it's hobbies, you find through your career.
And I think that's why like finding hobbies is a really big like almost trend right now.
Yeah.
Like a good trend.
Like exploring your hobbies.
Yeah, like knitting. Like you know those things that have kind of gone viral.
Yeah.
In a way, you know.
Right. Yeah, even like reading. Like I don't like to say it because I think everyone's like a lot of people have always read, but I think it's made people question like, oh, maybe I should read.
Right.
That could
it's like finding little things, working out, any of those.
Yeah, definitely. I think that internet helps with a lot of those things.
Yeah.
But I saw this other thing too. I for some reason looked up this topic on Pinterest and I was like, I wonder if there are any like helpful things on Pinterest. You never really know with Pinterest.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Right. This one says shifting. So as you're shifting, you begin to realize that you are not the same person you used to be. The things you used to tolerate have become intolerable. When you once remained quiet, you are now speaking your truth. Where you once battled and argued, you are now choosing to remain silent. You are beginning to understand the value of your voice, and there are some situations that no longer deserve your time, energy, and focus. And so the person like who wrote this, it said like, change. I stopped to think why I felt so different, and it led me to an identity crisis. I felt so distant that from that person that I was years ago, and what hurt the most was that I missed being that girl. I missed describing myself as that version of myself. The reason for this is that the past few years I've had to disconnect with who I really am, and practice what you love so you don't lose yourself in the process of growing and shifting. And I thought that was interesting. Yeah,
very,
because I think that's like, if I could explain it to, if I'm talking about like less career-based things of why like I had identity things or whatever questionings whenever I was younger, I think of like actually who I am as a person. Like back then, I think I self-analyzed like whenever I was like, I don't know how you would describe it, too direct maybe with like people that I loved in my life, like too confrontational maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't think that can be, but it does have to be a bad thing, because I think that I was right in the things that I was angry about or upset about.
Yeah.
But I think that you have to evaluate like what's actually worth it in your brain and your life and your mental health and stuff
to
fight with people. Yeah. And just
how you come across too sometimes. I think that's a big thing in identity, like how you bring things to light. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
I think like as a highly not sensitive, but highly, what's the word?
Introspective.
Maybe.
Like explain what you're thinking.
Like I think, yeah, when you're usually passive or don't speak up for
Yeah.
yourself, I think it can be a very different feeling.
Oh, yes.
When you start
doing that.
Making boundary or placing boundaries in your life or cutting people out.
Yep. Yeah.
It just, you know, you
Yeah.
enter a new...
Thinking like, yeah, this feels different.
Yeah.
It's like uncomfortable. It's like a shifting. Like this. Oh my God. It's like shifting.
Yeah.
But no, for real. Yeah.
Exactly.
I saw this one thing too on Tumblr or from Pinterest. It says it was from Tumblr. It says everyone's having their midlife crisis at like 19. And this one says, since it's possible to know which period of life is the middle, I've decided to have an ongoing crisis. And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you know what?
19 is a big year for crisis, I think.
For sure. That's why.
At least for us too.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like any of the teen years really are like crisis activated, like, or I don't know if that's not right, but like, like I'm sorry if you're living in your 17. That
true.
Song, it's the 1975 title track on their newest album. That song to me, it clicked so harsh with me whenever I listened.
I agree.
You know, you think back to that and it's like,
just everything is so
again,
intense.
What? Yes.
Just so intense.
Yes, so intense. You feel so much. You feel so harshly, and there's just so much going around you.
Yeah, you're gaining consciousness.
Truly, your third eye is, it's twinking, not twinking. Oh my God, it's like
shrinking,
shrinking, and then it goes back up. Yeah. Anyway, causes new health issues. Yeah, that could be an identity crisis too. Losing a loved one, losing or getting a job, experiencing a traumatic event, moving, getting divorced or separated, getting married. Those can all be causes of an identity crisis also.
A good song for this I was thinking about a song that, well, I didn't actually have to think about it because I already knew the song, and that was Harry Styles' Lights Up. It was so iconic in that realm. Do you know who you are?
Wait, I can't think of it.
Crap. I can't even think about like how it goes.
Yeah, I think I know the tune. Lights up. Na, 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 na.
Like, it was so iconic at the time because of.
Is it right sometimes? That right? Yeah. Ooh, what a good song!
Yeah.
Actually,
Wait,
I forgot about that song. I don't go back to old ones.
I don't know if I can play this.
I know who you are. Oh yes.
Do you know who you are?
Do you know who you are?
That song literally probably gave me one.
Yeah, yeah.
Because while I just remember singing that song so much in the car and being like, "Who am I?"
Yeah. Interesting.
It just, it sparks that.
Yeah. Interesting. I like that. But you know what? That's a really good question to ask yourself in general, like in life. I think at one point in your life, I don't think maybe you have to like harp on it too much consistently, but I think like I had a journaling era or like journaling, like spiritual. I'm still like that, but I don't focus as much on it like daily, like to like write down my feelings. I feel like that's only because I think I'm happiest when I'm like little less introspective constantly. You know what I mean? Just letting myself feel what it is. But I do think that was important in my growth factor of like getting to the bottom of like,
totally,
you know what I mean? Like really, again, explaining. It's kind of like I used it in a way of like manifesting. Like that's kind of how I did it. Like, they tell you to like write down the life you want to live, visualize it, that kind of thing. If the person you want to be, you have to do the whole shebang of things. And that I think helped with that in turn.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't for that necessarily purpose. You know? So
totally.
I think that's a great way to do it too. It's just like start doing that. Yeah.
That just reminded me, I was talking to my like English professor. I always feel weird calling them professors.
I like professional where it sounds so official.
Yeah, well, he's like very much like into poetry and stuff, and he was like, we were doing this thing about writing and like free writing. And he like came to me because I think I finished fast or something, or I wrote a lot in the 10 minutes. And he was like, he like asked me something like, do you do this a lot? Or like, and I was like, I mean, I do journal a lot. Like it's not nothing. It's like nothing new. Like, and like if you read it, it's probably gonna sound like I'm just in my own
world
journal diary. Right. He was like, I just got a diary for the first time. He's like this older man. And I was like, wow. You're going to learn a lot. Like, it's, like, I feel like journaling is just really good.
Yeah.
to like know about your thoughts, know about all of that.
Oh, that's cute.
And it was cute.
I love that.
But I think journaling, it just depends.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
But it really does. I think it does help you identify. Also in therapy, I've learned is like I at one point did a lot on my values, like we were talking about, and like there's like a whole list you could do. Like you could look it up on Google.
Google it.
And like just like or journal prompts, I guess, of like who you are.
Oh, I see.
And your morals and like what you believe in, what you think is right in the world.
Right. Yeah.
And that's very helpful to just know your core values.
Yeah.
As a person.
And then, again, I think once you know those things, like you gain confidence in yourself, like that you are who you are, you do what you do, you want what you want. And I think that comes to a lot of this does also come down to confidence and like building like confidence with yourself and like trust with yourself.
Totally.
That it'll all be fine, whatever.
It's all circle.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that those are big things too. And like, yeah, I don't know. Like just sticking to what you feel that is best and like what makes you feel the best and do the best or whatever, and just like trusting that that's enough sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I think you're just not focusing too much on your identity in general, that it comes. I think we're all like, I mean, no matter how old you are, I think like you change so much in general in life, and if it's not something that like triggers this or whatever, just let yourself feel it. I just think sometimes putting so much pressure on defining who you are and putting yourself into a box of sorts can in turn do more harm than good sometimes.
Yes. And that's what I've learned too is, wow, I think I didn't have coffee today. So I'm like I feel very sporadic.
No, I love it. We love Jamie's sporadic.
Maybe it's the skin.
Yeah.
Euphoric.
She's feeling the euphoric. Yes.
Crap, what was I saying? Thank you, Bella. My name is Bella Hadid.
Drinks 1 can euphoric.
Not even? Yeah. Like half?
Yeah.
Bio, like things that, you can be multiple things. You can like the color purple one day and hate it the next and like it again the next. You are like always just changing.
Ever changing.
And there's room to, I know the word, but I can't think of it.
What, like?
Coexist. Like things can coexist.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yes,
there can be more moving parts than one.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be like this, like one
track person.
Yeah. You can feel things different days. You can like things other. I could like whatever style of this podcast and then hate it the next. Like,
Yeah.
Just things change. Your identity changes.
That's a very good point. Especially even like outfits. Like I feel like a lot of people put so much like this is so silly and like little, but put so much emphasis on like what their style is and defining it, like putting a name to it. And I think that that's so much less important than just wearing what you want, whether one day you look like a cowgirl and the next day you look like a punk rock. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I think just like wearing what you want.
There's just so much room to be so many things. I think.
And that's, yeah. And you just don't have to define it. You don't have to like fit into one box. You can change all of these things. And that's so normal.
Yeah, I agree. And that's actually something that has helped me a lot. Personally is like just grounding yourself in that way of like even with like emotions and feelings of like feeling bad one day, I'm like, okay, well, like this isn't
define
like this will go away,
this
won't be here tomorrow, like it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't.
And like that literally just goes with everything.
Yeah, that's a very good point too.
Thanks. Thank
Love
you.
That. I have nothing else to say on it. That's how good of a point it was. It ended it off.
Just jaw dropped.
Yeah. And my legs keep falling asleep.
What?
Too what?
As soon as you said that, my language just like went to what you were just saying.
Oh my God. She's
But my leg is also falling asleep.
You know what? Jamie and I texted each other at the exact same time.
Two
multiple
times in a row.
Yes.
It was wild. And it was like after like 5 minutes, it was like
we
were like discussing stuff for the podcast and looking things up.
Yeah. And I didn't we weren't like typing back and forth. You know what I mean?
It was like a
list.
pause, and then after we got all the info, we sent it at the exact same time.
Right. See, we really do finish each other's
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Isn't that from what's it called? Rapunzel.
Finish each other's sandwiches.
Elsa.
I did finish Outer Banks, and I want to get an Outer Banks t-shirt.
You finished season 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
I finished it actually like two days after. Like you guys, this is why
Johnny
I actually
Dupe.
Yeah. Johnny B. Dupe. That's why I can't like start new things, because I become like so obsessed with them unless it's reality. That's why I think I like reality shows so much, is that I don't feel like the need to like binge watch it, you know? Like I'll go back to it like when I have time, whether it's like once a week or what. But like with these things and like books and stuff, I have to finish them.
Yeah.
I liked season 3. I thought their chemistry was good, and I thought that the storyline was really good. I loved the ending of it, and I'm so excited for season 4. I am an Outer Banks fan now.
I knew it.
And
I've been telling her for years.
Yeah. And I've been watching all the interviews whenever I'm like can't sleep at night.
Jordan sent me. I was like already asleep. I saw it in the morning.
Damn, I thought that I was going to get you right before you went to sleep.
No, I missed it by like probably not even that long. But and it was like late at night. I think it was like 11 or 12, and she was like she sent me night. The season, Outer Banks cast has like a what's it called?
It was like an interview of them doing like ASMR.
ASMR.
That's what I call it when I'm talking, and then I realize when I'm like being filmed, I cannot say that. It's not ASMR.
I don't know. People say different ways. I don't know.
I will continue saying ASMR, but I know it's ASMR. Anyway, it was JJ and Pope, whatever their names are, JD and Rudy.
Yes.
Doing as ASMR. And I was like, ooh, this can put Jamie to sleep.
I wish.
She was already on Trisha Paytas ASMR.
I must have.
Trisha works so well sometimes.
Trisha's ASMR is good.
The thing is with Trisha, when she does something, she puts her all into it.
You know, I was thinking that when you were saying that earlier.
Yeah.
How when you get obsessed with things.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like Trisha in that way.
Yeah. I have to go pick up Mom's gift too.
Same, actually.
Really?
Not pick it up. I have to go somewhere though.
Oh. I'm so stoked. We're going out to eat. I love any excuse. I love it when it's anyone's birthday. I love celebrating people. I literally love it so much.
Me too.
Yeah, and I love getting together with the people and like my family and stuff. Normally my mom makes us wear a theme. Sure. Last year we had to dress like sailors to her birthday.
Oh my God, we did. That was a year ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We had dressed like sailors. She brought us all goodie bags to her birthday dinner.
I forgot about that too.
Yes. Our mom is a class act. And so
She's funny.
Is to you, Mom. Happy birthday. Love inside out.
Happy birthday, Juju.
Yeah.
Juju on the
she
beat.
Watches this or listens.
No, she doesn't.
I don't think she's ever listened to a podcast.
No.
She did have one for a brief minute, though. So.
True.
You guys would love that.
I wonder where her mics are.
What?
Did she buy mics?
Yeah. Her old, like the ones that we had before. Now we've leveled up to these mics. I think they sound better.
I do too.
When I listen
and they're a
to
lot more comfortable to deal with.
100%.
Deal with.
To deal with. For sure. But anyway, I don't know if I have anything else to really like say.
I don't either, except it's really, really windy out.
It's like really windy. And this room, when it's windy, it literally sounds like the walls are cracking.
It's like
right?
crickety.
I know.
I like it.
I like it. I am just this summer and spring, this podcast is gonna be so epic. We could do, because we have good mics now, I feel like we should go to the Lake Michigan, sit at Lake Michigan and do a podcast.
We could so do that. That'd be really fun.
I want to go to the lakes so bad.
I know. I saw the lake by our house not frozen the other day. Actually, I don't think our lakes really did freeze at all, but they were like,
for a brief second,
they were vibing in the waves yesterday. I was like, oh, I missed that.
I know, right? I saw, though, at one point of the winter, it was frozen a little bit, and there was a dog walking on it like with a person, and I was like, what are you guys doing? There's no way it's like that frozen enough.
Yeah, that's scary.
I don't trust them even
Just
if
because
it's
it's
like,
not.
really
It's been
frozen.
so up and down here.
Yeah,
Up here.
right. Up here. Up here.
Up
Anyway, we'll stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully this is helpful at all to you.
Yeah.
Like I always say.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a broken record. Do I not say the exact same phrases? But anyway, either way, it's what I mean. What?
It's a creature of habit.
Yeah, very much so.
You creature.
Just a creature, period.
Enjoy Eras Tour Night 1.
Oh my God, if you're going and you're in Glendale or you're going to the Las Vegas show, have the best time ever.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Shake your ass.
I'm nervous for you. I'm all of the above.
I know. I'm just like...
Why? Like, I'm nervous. I don't know why. I'm nervous I'm nervous that other people are experiencing it. I'm like, oh my God, it's real. It didn't feel real.
Like, she posted those pictures yesterday of herself.
Yes.
I was like,
she looks so
is
good.
real. I always forget.
I forget too.
Like, I just wonder what her looks are gonna look like.
I know. That's what I was thinking about too. I was like, oh, what songs? How is she gonna do it? Are there gonna be dancers? No dancers? What are we feeling?
I don't know, but it makes me nervous and giddy.
Same.
Oh my God. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for being here and have the best week. We will talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.